The roar of the crowd hit me like a fist to the chest, a pulsing wave of screams and bass that shook the sticky floor of the open-air venue. I stood near the edge of the pit, clutching a warm beer, watching my girlfriend, Lila, weave through the sea of bodies toward her best friend, Marcus. Her laughter cut through the music, sharp and bright, as she grabbed his arm, her eyes glinting under the neon stage lights. Then, in one fluid motion, she climbed onto his shoulders, her hands gripping his dark curls for balance. The crowd cheered a wild, approving howl, as she threw her head back and shouted, "You're taller, way better than my boyfriend." Her words sliced through the noise, landing like a blade in my gut. I froze, the world tilting, the beer slipping from my hand to splatter on the concrete. Nobody noticed. The crowd kept roaring. I turned and walked away, my heart a hollow drumbeat, leaving Lila swaying on Marcus's shoulders, oblivious to the wreckage she'd just caused. The night air outside was thick with summer humidity, the kind that clings to your skin like regret. I leaned against a lamppost, the metal cool against my back, and tried to breathe. My mind replayed her words, each syllable a fresh cut. Way better than my boyfriend. Was it a joke? A drunken slip? Lila was impulsive, sure, always chasing the next thrill, but this felt different. Careless, cruel. I'd seen the way Marcus looked at her sometimes, his gaze lingering a beat too long, but I told myself it was nothing. Just friendship. Just history. They'd known each other since high school, shared secrets I'd never been privy to. I'd rationalized it, buried the unease, because loving Lila meant trusting her. But now, standing alone in the dark, that trust felt like a house of cards in a windstorm. My phone buzzed in my pocket. A text from Lila. "Where'd you go? Miss you." The words mocked me, her casual tone a stark contrast to the ache in my chest. I didn't reply. Instead, I walked to my car, the gravel crunching under my boots, each step heavy with the weight of doubt. Had I overreacted? Maybe she didn't mean it. Maybe the crowd's energy, the alcohol, the music, it all just swept her away. But the image of her on his shoulders, her laughter, his hands steadying her thighs, it burned behind my eyes. I drove home in silence, the radio off, the hum of the engine filling the void where answers should have been. At home, I sat on the couch, staring at the wall where Lila's painting hung, a chaotic swirl of blues and reds she'd made during one of her late-night creative binges. It was beautiful, reckless, just like her. My mind churned, piecing together moments I'd ignored. The late-night texts she'd dismiss as just Marcus being Marcus. The way she'd light up when he walked into a room, her smile brighter than it ever was for me. The time she canceled our weekend trip because Marcus needed her, after some vague crisis. I told myself it was loyalty, not love. But doubt gnawed at me now, relentless, like a dog with a bone. I didn't sleep. By morning, my phone was flooded with missed calls and texts from Lila. "Babe, where are you? I'm sorry if I upset you. Please talk to me." Each message twisted the knife deeper. I wanted to believe her, to cling to the version of us where she was still mine, but the memory of her words, "way better," kept me anchored in betrayal. When she showed up at my apartment, her eyes red-rimmed and mascara-streaked, I let her in, but the air between us was heavy, charged with unspoken accusations. "I didn't mean it," she said, her voice breaking as she stood in the doorway, clutching her denim jacket. "It was just a stupid joke. I was drunk, the crowd was hyped, and I got carried away. You know me." "Do I?" My voice was low, steady, but it trembled with the effort to hold back the storm inside. Because the Lila I know wouldn't humiliate me in front of hundreds of people, wouldn't climb all over her best friend and say he's better. Her face crumpled, and she stepped closer, reaching for my hand. I pulled away, the motion instinctive, and she flinched like I'd struck her. "It wasn't like that," she whispered. "Marcus is just, he's my friend. You're my everything." "Then why say it?" I snapped, the anger spilling out now raw and jagged. "Why him, Lila? Why is it always him?" She opened her mouth, then closed it, her eyes darting away. That hesitation, it was louder than any confession. My stomach dropped, the room spinning as fragments of suspicion clicked into place. "What aren't you telling me?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. She sank onto the couch, her hands twisting in her lap. "It was one time," she said finally, her voice so soft I almost missed it. Months ago. Before we got serious. Marcus and we kissed. It was a mistake, and we swore it'd never happen again. I didn't want to hurt you. The world went quiet, the kind of quiet that deafens you, where every sound, her shallow breaths, the hum of the fridge, feels like an intrusion. A kiss. Just a kiss, she said. But it wasn't just a kiss. It was a crack in the foundation of everything I'd believed about us. Why didn't you tell me? I asked, my voice breaking. I was scared, she admitted, tears spilling down her cheeks. Scared you'd leave. Scared I'd lose you. I love you, Ethan. I swear I do. I wanted to scream, to throw something, to erase the image of her lips on his. But more than that, I wanted to believe her. I wanted to rewind to yesterday, to before the concert, when love felt certain. But the truth was out now, sharp and irreversible, and it changed everything. You already lost me, I said, the words tasting like ash. Last night, when you chose him over me in front of everyone. Lila sobbed, reaching for me again, but I stepped back, my heart splintering. Ethan, please, she begged. I'll do anything. I'll cut him out. I'll fix this. But some things can't be fixed. I saw it then, the truth I'd been dodging for months. Lila loved the thrill, the attention, the chaos. And Marcus gave her that in ways I never could. I wasn't enough, not for her. The realization didn't just break my heart. It shattered the version of myself I'd built around her. I opened the door, my hand trembling. Go, I said, my voice hollow. She stood, her sobs quieting into a defeated silence, and walked out. The door clicked shut, and I was alone, the painting on the wall now just colors, not hers anymore. But the real twist came later, when I checked my phone and saw Marcus's text, sent at 3 a.m. I'm sorry, man. I love her too. And just like that, the betrayal doubled. A second blade I hadn't seen coming. Lila hadn't just lost me that night. She'd lost both of us, tangled in her own web of reckless choices, leaving two broken hearts in her wake.